Even though we do this every week, it's a season premiere, everybody! Oh, kill me! Okay, so we had, of course, our season premiere of Raw review going on here. Yeah, I like buff women bagel. So, what happened tonight? The other night ago. Over 24 hours ago. Yeah, this is a late review, if anybody's not aware at this point. Well, we had, of course, a fatal four-way ladder match booked over when everybody entered the ring. They just proved that they're number one contender, even though they'll be up in the mid-card except one person feuding with the world champion. So, it was Big E being like, we're here in the setting that we are. Like, we shouldn't get a cheap pop. He didn't have his own unique catchphrase if they didn't revolt around the New Day. And, just tried to always get the cheap pop involving the setting that he was in. So, like, the bare minimum of a personality going into a Big E promo. Then Rollins come over saying he's finally came back to win the world title because Roman chickened out. And then, of course, Finn Balor came in there. He had nothing important to be said. Rey Mysterio and then Kevin Owens. And then when everybody was brawling out over a personal shot, it ended up with a massive little super kick. There was a stunner. It ended in a four-way ladder match. So at least we finally don't get a generic match. We actually get a cool match stipulation. I mean, sure, ladder matches are not as special as they were 20 years ago, but at least it's an exciting match. It's an exciting match to get people to watch the main event. Who doesn't want to see a ladder match on TV? And Raw has the reputation of actually having good ladder matches on TV, except I think it was last year with Andrade and Rey Mysterio. There was a lot of botches, sadly. And then we had a triple threat elimination tag involving Alpha Academy, Street Profits and Ziggler and Rude. And the match was like a quick 10 minutes. There was high spots, a spine buster by Dawkins. Otis only had a couple spots, a German suplex that nearly got the 3 count, a broken pin off a frog splash from the heavens, and then it ends with the spine buster's zigzag combo that actually is not a bad finishing move, but they never find a name for it. Like, it took them 3 weeks to call each other dirty dogs now, and they're still not over. So that's technically it. And plus, they booked us into last night, so it's into the later in the night. So it's obvious that the tag team champions are going to retain because there's no anticipation, and it's just for Riddle to still think he has some entertainment in him. Being like, hey, Randy, what size dress do you wear, Randy? So it's like Randy's supposed to be the voice of reason, and Riddle's the automatic comedic release that everybody doesn't think is funny. That's the stupid part. That's the stupid part. I really hate Matt Riddle. I don't care what anybody says. You can say that he has charisma. He's talking shit, disrespecting legends while he gets shit merch down. He doesn't sell as much merch as the world champion. They always have the audio boom for Riddle, other than RK Bro. He's just not funny, and Orton's just wasting over his time with this. I mean, sure, it's either him chasing over the belt so we can be like, oh my god, is my dick out? 3 most devastating words in WWE history, the RKO. You know I'm a third generation superstar? My voice has not changed since 2002. Oh man, then we had Selena Vega versus Dewdrop. Like, as soon as she tried to push up a bit of an English accent and cut that off immediately, and Dewdrop comes with this Hickleberry freaking terrible Southern theme song while looking like a sweet potato. Looks disgusting. She wins with a roll-up. She hits over the turnbuckle pad after trying to distract the referee, and she hits her with the scepter. It ends with a roll-up. Nobody cares. And then we had Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch throwing down, trying to expose, trying to do a promo But Belair reminding that she's pinned Banks in a crown jewel. Because Becky Lynch, it was a triple threat match. And then they said bitch, they did the generic women's promo, because none of these women actually have any entertainment value. I'm just glad that they have not main evented. Hopefully Raw actually gets a decent rating for their season premiere. Even though they air every week, so there's no reason calling it a season premiere. I still don't know why they do that. It's like, it's a draft, the atmosphere is different. What about you change up the atmosphere? Why don't I actually see a different stage? Why don't I see a different theme song? Why don't I see a different way the matches are structured? Why don't I see a different style of a match other than the same 15-minute bombshell that you guys always do? It's boring. I don't like always feeling like, oh, I'm just here to watch a regular episode of Raw. Nobody wants to say that. That's stupid. I don't know why people behave like this. It ends with a brawl. Bianca Belair nearly hits her with the KOD. And then Becky Lynch escapes and then runs. That's it. That's the feud. Generic heel and face feud number 57. There's no storylines involving Becky Lynch. I don't want... there's already YouTubers. Shout out to People Ruin Wrestling. We know some notorious Becky Lynch haters in the community. But, Jesus Christ. Like, if we're talking about people that can never sell over a storyline, Becky Lynch does an alright wrestling match, but she's just so dull. Because she's not a good actor. She never has an enticed storyline with anything, because they don't want to direct it other than, you cheated, or, I can beat you. And then they'll say the one cuss word for that one reaction from the fans. Bitch. And then that's it. It's so formulaic for a women's feud. Why do these women have such formulaic storylines while Edge Rollins goes to the mid-card? Roman Reigns has a match in a main event. So because they don't know what to do with these women. They want to make them these bland women's wrestlers, but they don't want to add any more detail to make them have, like, they have something that makes them more third-dimensional. I'm not saying them to do always bra and panty matches, even though I would love to see that back. I don't know why they got rid of it. I'm still thinking, like, Tony Storm and Mandy Rose, would we at least get an extra million people watching? And they're on their bikinis already. You know, enough of me being a pervert. Let me continue. This is dull. Dull storyline. Then we have Damian Priest in a number one contender in a championship number one contenders match. So you don't face the two top contenders for the world title that have been making a lot of momentum. You have to face the champion against the contender. What? And they're doing this to a shovel T-bar or... Yeah, it's T-bar. I thought that was Damian Priest. Damian Priest looks like Mace if he was in a gay party being a bodyguard. Enough said. So... There was a heel kick, a rip-off Black Mass, then he ends it with the stupid little rip-off Crossroads, with the match nearly ending with the Reckoning, and then lifting the title. It ended in a DQ. So, I guess they're trying to do something with Mace and T-Bar because they're both tall. They do have cool moves, but they're not really into the... Why don't you just bring him back to Dijak? Turn him into Dijakovic, even though he's just a rip-off meat. He's just a rip-off meat. Then we have Liv Morgan versus Carmela. They're still continuing this feud from SmackDown? Why? And it's the same thing with, oh, my face mask! Because nobody wants to touch my face. God, she looks like a dyke fiend. Oh man, that just looks like she got chicken pox in different areas. I don't like seeing that mask in Carmela. Even without the mask, it's not even that good to look at. So it was like a face buster. Corey Graves was obviously on her woman dick. I don't care. It ends with Carmela beating Liv Morgan by a roll-up. Nice. I obviously want to continue this feud that nobody even cared about while it was on the other show. Then we had Keith Lee. Bask in my gluttony. I'm the Bearcat. Bask in my gluttony. Didn't even think of him of like, you can make him keep the size. I don't mind if he has a gut. If you let him work on his biceps or at least look like he's athletic fat, I wouldn't mind. Keith just looks like he's just wearing the stupid tights and that's it. Against Cedric, at least his finisher's fine. He did some dominant power moves on the outside. In ring, he looked pretty cool. He came around doing a fireman's carry takedown. It didn't look that bad. But there needs to be more personality in this Bearcat gimmick for me to feel interested. Then we had Dominic against Austin Theory. At least it didn't get against Jeff Hardy because Jeff Hardy's now on SmackDown after Crown Jewel, so now he's fully on SmackDown, so he doesn't have to feud with Austin Theory. So these are going to be your rematches for the next couple weeks, just to see if you can get a guy over. Why don't you just have Dominic facing guys every week, and you can build up to him still being overshadowed by Ray? That gets a title shot, while Dominic has to still be facing off against these guys with unfair standards. Why don't they sell that? He could lose to R-Truth the next week. He can lose to Drew Gulak the next week. He can face Austin Theory again in a few weeks, building that up. They just want to keep doing these stupid rematches, even though you guys have a plethora of jobbers that you could at least make the show feel a bit different, but still have, like, something to build up. I'm so sorry. My throat is a bit fucked up. I told you I should have been drinking water. There was Hurricane Rana. A dropkick, Austin Theory trying to look like an O2 Randy Orton. It ended with Theory winning and then selfieing over Dominic Mysterio. And then we had, of course, your tag team title match with Randy and Riddle, RK Bro against the Dirty Dogs. That sounds like a production studio for a porno. Dirty Dogs Productions. Okay, then we had a tag title match. It was actually not that bad. Not a bad title match. We had a couple cool drop kicks. I thought the final parts of the match was pretty cool. After Orton hit with an RKO, Ziggler came out of nowhere with a super kick, leaving Riddle to pick up a crucifix pin. I'm seeing a lot of roll-ups, even though he got the... I forgot what he got, the rolling bro. But the match was fine. I thought it was a bit fast-paced. Decent psychology. I mean, you have 3 veterans in the ring, and Riddle's not even a bad guy up in the ring, but I do hate his character. Then we had the 4-way ladder match. It's in a folder instead of a clipboard because people's actually thinking. People are actually thinking up in WWE, because I remember when they did contender matches for future title shots, they put it in a freaking clipboard high on the high stories in the air, even though it might fall. Thank God they put it on a folder. Rollins did win a couple cool spots, even though I feel like they were just doing the moves and they weren't always implementing the ladder and the table. Like hits in the face with the ladder, hits in the face with the ladder. A couple moves, even though they were teasing over the chair spot, even though it looked cliche as hell. Powerbomb by Kevin Owens on Mysterio, where Mysterio... Rollins got launched into a ladder, then Balor got launched into a ladder, then he got curb stomped when he was nearly the last person left to grab the title shot, ending with Rollins picking up so he gets a future title shot, even though you could have saw it coming because there was like 3 baby faces in the match. Like, there was very little of a wild card, so you could have just saw this coming that Rollins was going to win anyway, just to get over Big E. Big E coming in, not even, like, handshaking Rollins after he tried to touch the title, trying to anticipate that. Big E shows that aggression. Even though you should make Big E more aggressive. He does have the opposite, like, even though everybody, like, understands that Big E's not even the best world champion, he does have the potential to look like a cool badass. They just don't want to like that out because they always want their baby faces to be like they're supposed to be all around funny people. And Big E's just not that type of person. He obviously showed that he got personality, but he also got aggression. He also has like that part of him that makes it feel like he can build into a matchup. I just wish I had more story for these matches that WWE can do. WWE can do that, but they're just not utilizing that whenever you see feuds like this. Especially up in the main event, that I feel like WWE is clearly lacking. But other than that, that's the review. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And a bit of a shout out to Swerve Show, keeping it live. Always keeping it real there. Rangers of Wrestling. People who are in wrestling, I understand he has a video including me in it that I hope you guys watch. Go up to his channel. He needs more than just 400 subscribers. Same thing goes to Destructor, and just quickly shout out, because I know I've been a bit delayed over with work and school over the last couple of days, where I haven't been uploading as frequently as I want to, like I did in the summer, but that's a different period of time, and hopefully I stay more consistent for the rest of the week. Thank you for watching.